Hey everyone, and welcome to our Q&A presented by Just Love. My name is Paula Jane and I'm talking to Judy Carroll. Judy is an internationally known author. Her books include The Zeta Message, Human by Day, Zeta by Night, Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History, and her two most recent books, both Kindle editions, An Interview with an Alien, Comments by an Undercover ET, and Cosmic Spirituality, Blending Religion and Science in Oneness from an Off-Planet Perspective. Hi Judy.
Hi Paula, hi everyone.
So Judy, I wanted to ask you for Maris's thoughts on what is going on in Russia and the Ukraine. There have been a lot of theories, and often these theories can contain a level of truth. And since we are only ever going to get from the mainstream what they want us to know, it's interesting to entertain these theories. We certainly will not be getting the full picture from the mainstream. So with regards to these other theories, I have heard that Ukraine is supporting the Nazi Party continuing on from World War II, and that Putin is trying to put an end to these Nazis in Ukraine and a whole lot of other things, but there's absolutely no need to go into them. I only highlight the above to get a feel for how we can get dragged back into the external. It's all very interesting. The point is that once again we are trying to make sense of our world through an external lens that has more than one focus. It's very confusing, which is probably part of their agenda in how they control us. To bypass this, we have to go within. The same thing is playing out here in our own hometown. The whole of the east coast of Australia is flooding and is absolutely heartbreaking to say the least. There are theories about this being a man-made event, which really does tie in with what the mainstream weather channels have been saying. Obviously not directly, but they have been saying that they have never seen anything like this in all of the years of delivering the weather. It's so easy to align with it having to be man-made, but again, we are not getting the full story. The only thing we can do is go within and live our life from what our heart centre tells us. Like Maris has told us in the past, feel into what is behind the information that you are getting, and you are the only one that can do that. So I was wondering if Maris has anything to add to this.
Yes, Paula, he sure does. It is way deeper than what's being put across by the mainstream media. At the same time, alternative media sources don't have the full story either, and are carrying out their usual hype of stirring up even more fear, anger and divisiveness, which is exactly what the planetary controllers want. They've used this divide and conquer agenda on Earth for millennia, since biblical times and before. They also have the technology to interfere with the planetary weather, just as they have the technology to carry out the fake DT abductions, the myolabs, the military abductions, using the anti-gravity UFOs developed by the Nazis during World War II, and also the ability to get into the minds of psychics with faked messages seemingly from Archangel Michael, blonde, blue-eyed space brothers and ascended masters. The key is to understand that there are actually 3 layers of reality being played out here. Quite a number of people on Earth are waking up to the fact that the majority of humanity has been and is being controlled and brainwashed by the ones known as the Cabal, Illuminati, planetary controllers, reptarians, or whatever you want to call them, who in turn operate through both left and right-wing political extremism, and also through fundamentalist religion and science. These are the 2 layers at work down here in 3D, the controllers and the controlled. However, overriding this whole scenario is a 3rd layer, the cosmic force. This force is non-polarised, so its reality is balance and oneness. This is why higher off-planet cultures refer to it as oneness, source or cosmic energy or cosmic consciousness. It does not express the lower human emotions and vices of jealousy, judgment and a need to be praised and worshipped, as does the so-called God of the Old Testament, which humans have created in their own image. This is only a shadow of the higher reality of oneness. True oneness simply is. Everything that happens on Earth or elsewhere in the cosmos has its beginnings at this higher level of pure potential. Every being in the cosmos is subject to it. As being pure consciousness, it is at the core of us all. How much we open ourselves and tap into it is dependent upon our free will. As non-polarised energy, it is balance and oneness, both of which best express as unconditional love. Imbalance is expressed through the lack of unconditional love. In other words, fear, which is expressed through xenophobia, racism, religious prejudice, divisiveness, separation, and ego. This fear cannot exist at the 5D level to which Earth as we know it is shifting. Fifth world consciousness does not encompass such polarity, as it is more attuned to oneness and balance. The planetary controllers are of course fighting to maintain their control, but they too, even more than controlled humanity, are being put to the test. Their Armageddon has come. Humanity is slowly awakening, chaos is the result, but change is happening, with death providing a portal, an opening to a higher state of being for many souls at this time. We do understand the difficulty that many humans have with the concept of death because of the wrong teachings and beliefs that have been force-fed to humanity by the planetary controllers through their religions based on judgment and fear. True religion is only unconditional love. Oneness and balance is the overriding and eternal force of the universe. Everything must return to a state of oneness and balance in the end. It can be no other way.
That makes so much sense. 3 layers of reality being played out here. The third layer, the cosmic force. This force is non-polarized, so its reality is balance and oneness, both of which best express as unconditional love. Imbalance is expressed through the lack of unconditional love, in other words, fear, which is expressed through xenophobia, racism, religious prejudice, divisiveness, separation, and ego. This fear cannot exist at the 5D level to which Earth, as we know it, is shifting. Fifth world consciousness does not encompass such polarity, as it is more attuned to oneness and balance. So good. So thanks, Maris. So as we continue to evolve, we seem to be opening up to a greater clarity and are seeing things in such a different light.
Oh yes, definitely. There's a much bigger picture behind everything that's going on.
And so what about the climate and the cloud seeding?
Okay, as for the climate, yes, some is man-made, but the core of it is that it's a reflection of all the emotion and imbalance being put out by humanity. The oneness of cosmic consciousness permeates all of creation, from the smallest atom through to the largest galaxy. It's present throughout all aspects of nature, from the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal and human kingdoms, and thus right through the earth herself. This being the case, balance and oneness is sought at all levels. Balance is the natural state of oneness, and so anything that deviates from this will be brought back into balance in one way or another. Every being is subject to this, including both the controllers and the controlled on Earth. Earth is badly out of balance due to the overly patriarchal energy that has dominated Earth plane society for millennia. As the planet shifts and readjusts to a higher energy frequency, the prime requisite is the restoration of balance. This will be brought about in one way or another by Mother Earth herself in her natural desire for balance.
Yeah. And of course we are intrinsically linked to Mother Earth.
Exactly. Despite the fact that human ego does its best to exert control over it, we are an intrinsic part of nature. We've been placed here to care for nature and to live in harmony with it. We have not been placed in a position of dominion over it. We're all part of oneness.
Yeah, so please be mindful of any narrative that creates divide. The good people, bad people, right doings, wrong doings, all the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, them and us. Because when you get drawn into the divide, you pour your energy into a particular side and you defend it. Unbeknownst to you, and obviously on an unconscious level, you are then playing directly into the hands of the controllers. You are then officially disempowered, which only makes you more controllable. When you choose sides, you are focused on the external, which is exactly what the controllers want. Divide and conquer is their end game, and they do whatever it takes to get there. That's what they will do. So please do not get distracted by the external. Rise above it and remember 3 layers of reality being played out here. There is another layer now to consider, the third layer, the cosmic force. This reality of this non-polarized force is balance and oneness, both of which best express as unconditional love.
In other words, as our friends off planet are always saying, choose love.
Choose love. Yes, definitely. Make the free will choice of love over fear. This is the only way things can ever be brought back into balance. So if you want to read more about all of this, I'd just like to remind everybody that Judy's books are available from Amazon, or you can go directly through Judy's website, which is included in the link below. If you like this video, please share it with your family and friends and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, sending you all much love and thank you all for listening. Bye for now.